Welcome, my friends. Triple G Knight here, and I'm introducing episode 1 of Survival SMP. Woo! Yeah, probably not the best introduction you guys have probably seen on YouTube, but I actually did record a video with Sil with the introduction to the server, and also we went on a wonderful adventure down into the cave, the junction of caves, down over, around, and under my base, into the deep dark, and yeah, that was going to be some content for you guys. But of course, the recording was completely trash. It was trash. My audio was bubbly and the recording was really laggy. So it was a failure, but it wasn't a complete failure because I still have it recorded, and I'm going to give you guys a glimpse of the recording in a time lapse right now. So this started out with Sil and I doing the server introduction, which went pretty good, but again, the audio was pretty bubbly, so I had to disclude it. And then we decided to go on our adventure, and we found a few caves that had certain spots of the deep dark that kind of looked promising, but they all came to dead ends, and it was really frustrating. We were already ready to give up. And then we started tunneling through and doing the method that way, and we built a few tunnels trying to see, and we had a few complications with the warden spawning, and I believe at some point we spawned in like 6 of them, and we had to wait for them to go away, which took a little bit. And then we found a deeper section of the deep dark, and it turned out to be a dead end as well, and Sil was about ready to give up. But I was reluctant to find this ancient city. So we came into this massive area, and yeah, we didn't explore it too much because the mobs were causing us a lot of trouble, and I had to dig them out of a little hole with a creeper, and we were worried because there was a shrieker right there. So we got him built over with a bridge, and we just decided, hey, let's mark this down and we're gonna get out of here. And yeah, that's pretty much how it went. It wasn't anything too special, but we did get some good information, and we found a good spot for us to come explore next time we go down into the deep dark. And I will be recording a video on that, so just stay in tune. Although the recording was a failure, the adventure was not. As you can see, we have some skulk resources and some ores that we got from the adventure as well. So it wasn't a failure at all on the adventure end. But now, getting into what we're going to be doing today, we are going to be building a raid farm. I designed this myself off of a few inspirational ideas from Prowl and a couple other YouTubers. I have took the liberty upon myself to gather all the materials for it. May look like a lot, but it's not too much. As you'll see with the build, it's not going to be super massive, but it was a lot to gather all these materials. The first thing that we're going to have to do is we're going to have to find a pillager outpost. Now, I also took the liberty upon myself to find one. Now, if we go into my house, we can look at the map and we can see that in this area right here on the upper right corner, above where the savannah starts, up in this corner, it's going to be right up here somewhere. So that is where we're going to be building this raid farm. And now I'm going to be moving all our raid farm materials over to our build site. So I will be back when I do that. Alright, I got the base camp set up, and I already raided the pillager outpost, and I marked out the spawn spots. So right now what I'm going to be doing is I'm going to build the spawning spot trident killer, so I will be back when I got that finished. So this is what the bad omen killing chamber looks like. So they're going to spawn on that stone block, and they're going to spawn on this corner. And what's going to happen is they're going to walk through there eventually, and they're going to get pulled down that water stream, and they're going to hop into the trident killer. Now, I don't have tridents in here yet because I don't want to risk them despawning when I go away. Basically, how this works, if you've never seen a trident killer, this one I'm using a lever, and it's basically a constant loop of the pistons pushing back and forth into a complete circle, and when you throw the tridents in there, the tridents are going to kill them. And I think it turned out pretty nicely. Now, if we go over here, I've made this little pathway, because what you want to do is you want to get at least 30 blocks away, and what will start to happen is they are going to spawn. Now, let's see if we can't get one to... Yep, right there. So he has the flag, so he is going to be a captain, and we are going to get the bad omen from him. Let's try to kill this guy. Oh, God. And boom! Boom! And there we go. We got the bad omen. Now, obviously, when we build this thing up, we're going to be at a high enough height to where they're going to spawn in, and the trident killers are going to do the work. And when we're in our AFK platform, we are going to get the bad omen pretty often, because these guys are going to spawn when we're 30 blocks away pretty often. I mean, it's just one spawn spot. I wish we had more, but the more there are, the less likely they're going to spawn in the places you want them. So you'd have to make the chamber a little bigger than what this looks like, but you got to work with what you have. I mean, this pillager outpost had one, so this is what I worked with, and I think it turned out pretty nicely. So now the next step that's going to take place is we're going to get up and start building our AFK platform. Now we're going to be building up 30 blocks starting from here with the scaffolding, and then we're going to go all the way up. Now up here, these guys are definitely going to start spawning down there, and that's good because this is where our AFK chamber is going to be. So we'll build out 2, and then we'll just make a complete square with that. No, not like that. So you're going to be looking at a 5x5 square, and then what you're going to want to do is you're going to want to place a wall around it. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to put some lighting up here, and I'm going to leave some blocks empty for those, and I do have some glowstone. And if you want to, you can make this glass. I'm going to make it glass just so we can see the items drop out, because we're going to make an item dropper. So if you want to use glass, then that's fine. Leave one of these spaces open, 2 blocks, and then you can have a chest up here if you want to put stuff in while you're AFKing, just so you potentially don't lose it, just in case, you know, this system bugs out and Ravagers come through here, because if they do, this thing's gonna be demolished. So it'll be okay to have a chest up here to put stuff in, and that's pretty much it for this AFK platform. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we're going to come out here. I like to keep this pretty solid. I don't like spaces in between because I'm super clumsy. So you're going to want to build up 10 blocks from the floor of your AFK platform. So you're going to go 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And then you can hop down. I have feather falling, so that'll be good. And up there is where we're going to have our villager, and right now I'm going to go get him and get him up there into a chamber. Well, after a gruesome 4 hours, I finally got the guy up there. He's there. So the next part we're going to be doing is the main portion. We're going to get up there and we are going to build the second trident killer along with the second raid killing chamber, and that one's gonna take me quite a bit. I'll kind of walk through it a little bit. Okay, so I finally got the dropper system set up. Now what's gonna happen is, let's say we'll put a couple dirt blocks in here, and it's going to shoot out from right over here, and it'll drop into our drop zone, and we need to cover that so that it drops straight down. For the redstone, it's pretty easy. Just a comparator in subtract mode linked with a repeater at 1 tick, and then coming over to the dispenser with a redstone line, and it repeats itself. So when items come through our trident killer all the way into the dispenser, They'll all dispense out right here, and they will go down into a hole where our storage system is going to be. Now, the next thing we're going to have to do is we're going to build up the trident killer along with the chambers. It's kind of super difficult up here to build. I don't know if I should be doing this, but I do want it to look cool, so I'm going to stick with it. Could fall off at any moment, but good thing I have an elytra. Now, this thing is looking semi-complete, but what I want to do is I want to kind of reinforce the barrier around this thing and make it a little bulkier, just so in case ravagers or pillagers kind of lag through, we can keep that from happening so it doesn't come down here on our little platform. And to do that, I need to go gather more stone because I did not count the numbers right. Okay, now the farm is just about finished. I need to put the tridents in the trident killers and test it out. Alright, so we're going to turn this on and throw our tridents in. And then we're going to turn this one on. And why did it not? There we go. And throw these ones in. And yeah, we're gonna see what happens. There are the ravagers. They get killed up by the lava right there. Now for the final part, we're gonna get started on the storage system, but we're going to want to grab our tridents so that if we go out of the chunk loader, they will not despawn. So the best way to do this is wait till the raid is over, and I didn't tell you guys to do it, but you guys should stock up on milk buckets and put them in your AFK chest, just so you can come up here and get rid of the bad omen, and once a raid is complete, you can just safely mine this glass block up and grab your tridents. So yeah, that's what we're gonna do. I already grabbed mine, I just wanted to let you guys know. Don't we all just love to mine? Because I sure do. Getting some good progress done on this square, but it's taking a lot longer than I anticipated. But we'll get there. Got a little bit more to go. I'll probably take an extra layer off of this below me, just so when we build up this room and design it the way we want, we can have plenty of space for the actual storage system, just so that the decorative blocks don't get in the way. But I will get back to you guys when this is all cleared out. So I finally dug out this square area and I made a sort of pathway, and we're gonna design this into like an entrance. And oh gosh, there's a creeper right there. Let's go to sleep. Please don't blow us up. All right, so like I was saying, we're gonna build a pathway, and kind of like a tunnelish type of pathway all the way up to there. I kind of dug it out, and I started with the storage system. I just got the main hopper drop zone kind of down, and I think I'm gonna string it this way just so we have enough room, because I believe we need at least 17 blocks of space for this entire storage system. So I'll probably string it this way and then lead it out here and then go it down this way. I kind of want to leave a pathway here just so we can kind of get through here and look at the redstone and see if we need to make any repairs in the future. So that's probably what I'm going to do. As for the decoration, I'll probably be doing that last. So let me get the storage system up and running and I'll get back to you guys. So I've gotten about half of the storage system done. And what we want to do is, for this part, we are going to sort the items that are stackable. So what we need to do is we need to get exactly 41 of each of the items that we are going to sort in this part of the storage system. Also, two things. First, replace your dispenser with a dropper, otherwise your arrows are going to shoot out and you will not be collecting them. Of course, unless you come up here and get all the arrows that were just shot at. And then you're going to want to rename your villager just in case, of course, the game decides to lag and spawn out your villager. Those are two things I forgot to mention, and I'm sorry about that. I will be fixing the mistake right now. Now, if we test this, we'll throw some redstone down, and it should come out into the redstone chest. Now I put all the items in there already, so it should come out here. And there we are. So the redstone will come into the redstone slot, and that's where all your redstone's gonna go. Now if we do the same thing for like the emeralds or the arrows or the sticks or any of the drops that we wanted to sort, they will go into their selected slots. And now what we're going to be doing is I'll build the rest of this up. Alright, now we got the storage system completely finished, and now we're going to focus on building up this room and make it look a little more better, because more better, that's not a word, just better, because it's looking really plain and I want to decorate this place. We might be coming in here quite a bit, and I would hate to have to just keep coming into this ugly stone looking room with dirt and other types of the stone variants. So we're going to be building this thing up, and we're going to use the same stone brick design that we have for the block pattern here. Now I'm thinking I'll probably copy these octagons onto this side, and then maybe I'll do something with like the wood. And I think what I'm also going to do is I'm going to take like a few of these lanes out and put some wood type of designs in there too, just so it kind of goes with the colors of the chests. And also for the roof, I kind of want to do something with moss and maybe some glowberries, just so we can have some natural light in here instead of just placing like glowstone or shroom lights everywhere, because honestly I don't think it would really fit. Maybe the glowstone would, but I don't really want to use glowstone. I'd rather have like the natural glowberry lights. So I think I'm going to do that. I'll probably copy this over, do something with this wall, and then get the mossy ceiling done. So major progress report, I have gotten this entire room done and designed, and I think it looks pretty cool. I kind of like the way I did the roof, and I kept some of the dirt in too and replaced all the stone and put dirt in, and it makes it look good. It makes it look like it's right under the ground, which is kind of what I was going for. I wanted it to be something that could be under somewhere where we're going to be walking over, and I really like it. It's really looking really nice, and I think it goes along with the rest of the room as well. Maybe a little except for the dirt, but like I said, I want it to look like we're walking right over it. And then also, I terraformed most of the area around, so it's just this closed-in cave. And this is a really nice area. It took me quite a little bit testing out some of the designs for it, with stone bricks going in and getting the right type of placement for the moss. And I might have to put a little more moss over here because it's looking kind of plain looking on the walls. But I'll probably do that off camera, and oh jeez, I need to sleep. And I did this all without dying, surprisingly. I had a creeper blow up the cave a couple of times, but other than that, it was good. And then showing a little bit of progress out here, I grew it all the area kind of into moss, and the next thing we're going to be doing is a bridge over in that direction right over there towards that other mountainside. And I'm trying to figure out the design for it, because what it's looking like with the area the way it is, it looks like it's going to be sloping downward towards this side, and I don't really know how that's going to look, but maybe I could do like kind of like a slanted bridge and do it that way and maybe test that out and see. But as for this whole area, it's looking really nice. I might have to take some of the grass out, but I kind of like the grass being there. It makes it look super natural and naturally like grown. So I'm still deciding whether I want to do that or not, but the next thing we're going to do is we're going to build that bridge and see how it looks. I'm going to test a few things out. Now, I built the base of the bridge, and the second step is to get the exterior along with the columns going into the water. And I think what I'm going to do is I'm going to go grab some spruce wood and start building those up. Now I'm just going to border this along, and then I'm going to do the same thing to the other side. And where I'm putting the grass blocks at, like I am right here, these are where the pillars are going to go for going down into the water, just to show some extra support for the bridge. Whee! Oh no. Oh no, we're really gonna be in trouble. Get up. Yeah, stay down there. Whee! Gotcha. The bridge is coming along. I'm just getting the archways done. I decided to use the stone type of design that I did for the bridge on the edges for the slopes, just because I think it kind of blends in a little better than just using wood. It makes it look like the whole thing's made of wood, and it doesn't give enough texture for the pathway of the bridge. So I've been kind of just placing these randomly. I'm trying my best here. Okay, let's take a final look at the bridge, and oh yeah, I really like that. It gives it kind of like a modern feature to it, but it also gives off similar patterns to the pillager outpost. I really like that. I think it fits in with this build nicely, and yeah, it took me a lot of work, especially those archways. I had to figure out like the pattern I was gonna do. I kind of had to slab some of it out too, and I accidentally put stairs where I slabbed it out, so it looked kind of weird. It looked too pointy, and I think that one right there looks kind of pointy, so I might have to change that design out a little bit, or maybe I could probably just put a slab right there and it'll probably kind of flatten out. But yeah, that's how the bridge went. It's pretty much done. I might put some glow berries under it, but I don't know. I kind of like it with the barren underside. Yeah, I'll have to think about that. So kind of just gonna go and touch a few things up, and now we can say that officially our raid farm is acquired. Now this took days to do, and partly my fault because I didn't clearly test out a few things in the creative world, so those days of work are kind of on me. But I am glad to say it's finished. I hope you guys enjoyed this episode of Minecraft Survival SMP, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. Before you guys go, I would really appreciate it if you guys liked the video, if you enjoyed it, and please subscribe to my channel to get more notifications about this series and future videos to come onto my channel. Again, thank you guys for watching. This is Triple G Night, and good